Yeah, it's me again. Check it out. Today I want to talk to you about representing yourself. I was sitting there thinking like I always do. I was thinking about another video I made actually, where I was talking about how I noticed the direction I was going in. I had to make some adjustments. I noticed I had got kind of deep in the narcotic game. I was dealing with some real players, going back and forth to New York, and I almost got caught. I was thinking about how I was towards people, and I just started making some adjustments. The reason why I was making adjustments because I had a woman in my life that I cared about, and I wanted to represent myself in a different way. Like I did things like I would change song lyrics because how I wanted to, like I would think about, like, you know, when I present this stuff to like if somebody, like her parents was listening to it, like if her father was listening to it specifically, I was like, I'm not gonna be singing Menage a trois, me, you, and Sensei. Like, I don't want to sing that lyric to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the audience that I'm catering to anymore. You feel me? And the audience I wrote it for originally, they was going to love that. You know, because it's basically saying, yo, smoke a blunt with me. You feel me? But a more mature audience, you know, people with kids, I'm not going to be singing Smoke a Blunt with Me. It's not going to be Menage a trois, me, you, and Sensei. I'm not going to sing that. Like, you know, if my son grows up and he gets into that, then sure, you know, we're going to blaze it up. But I'm not going to turn him on to it. The point being, how do you want to represent yourself? How do you want people to see you? How do you want, you know, you got to represent yourself. It's not about how people think about you. It's how you show them you are. And like, it wasn't that I really wanted to impress her dad. It's just that I wanted to be seen in a certain light, you know. So I made the adjustment. So instead of that, I changed it to we do it Capitoli, Raleigh's Lobby. And it's actually a better song because of the adjustments I made, you know what I'm saying? It will appeal to a wider audience in general. And so, you know, just thinking about a bunch of stuff. I want to make this a quick video, so I ain't gonna talk about everything I was thinking about. But sometimes it takes something like a new relationship for you to just give a what, you know what I mean? Because before I was, you know, I was single, I was in the streets, I didn't care, you know what I mean? Like, the audience I was appealing to would love what I was saying. And that's why I wrote it, because I knew they would love it. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. That's, you know, that's when you're thinking of, when you're writing, you write to impress. You write like, it's like talking to a chick. When you're writing, for me, when you're writing lyrics, when you're writing songs and stuff like that, it's like you hitting on somebody. Like, your audience, whoever you want to buy this song, it's like you cracking on them. You're trying to get them to go out with you. You know what I'm saying? And so you're gonna say things that are appealing. And that's what I think about when I write. It's like, yo, I'm just gonna make it hot. You know what I'm saying? I know what you want, and I'm gonna give it to you. Like, it just comes out. That's a blessing. That's a part of my talent. I guess call it a gift. I know what you want, and I have the ability to give it to you, lyrically. And I can do it over and over and over. So, because I was in love with a woman, and, you know, the right woman, like, you know, she loved, you know, the lyrics both ways. But at the same time, as you mature and grow, like me hustling and selling drugs and stuff like that, you know, she didn't really care, but it wasn't something I was going to be able to continue to do, you know what I mean? It was something she was putting up with because, you know, we was young and blah, 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 blah. You know, it was, you know, a hip chick is just going to get it, pretty much, you know what I mean? But like I said, as you grow and mature, it's just not something. No hustler wants to hustle. You do it because it's just easy for you to do. You know what I mean? It's just like anything else. But you gotta grow out of stuff like that. You gotta grow out of it. And I did, and that was part of my growth. Like me having a spiritual background, it really is all about my relationship with God. You know, I want to emphasize that more than my relationship with the streets, because that's my core. And the streets were just a world that I could live in, and that's gonna benefit me in the corporate world. You know what I mean? Because I'm just gonna know how to handle myself. Point being, you need to be able to handle yourself in every arena of life. Whether you're in the streets with your friends, whether you're at work, or whether you're handling your business. Like, you don't, like when I say hustling, I think about selling drugs. Most people say hustling like you're gonna have this job and that job and that job, but you don't really want to work like that. You want to own. You want to be a business owner. That's the goal. And then after you get the money you want, then that's when you'll get a job, because you just like, okay, I just want to do what I love now. You know, you won't have no problem going and punching the clock because you love doing whatever it is that you're doing. You're not doing it because you have to make that money. You just want to. You're not thinking about how much money you make because you already got your bank account. Like, say if you had a trust fund or something, you know, you already got the money that you need to live. But you like, I promise you, if somebody gave you millions of dollars or whatever, you're gonna get tired of sitting at home. You're gonna get tired of traveling. You're gonna want to do something. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to do something with your life. I don't care how lazy you are, you're gonna get tired of sleeping at home. You're gonna get tired of going out eating at restaurants. You're gonna get tired of it. You're gonna want to do something meaningful. You're gonna want to be productive. You know, if you have kids, you can put yourself into that. That'll be, you know, that's like kind of what I was thinking about at the beginning of all of this. You know, I was like, you know, I was thinking about my son and how happy I was for him that, you know, he had scored a couple goals when he was playing soccer, and I was just thinking about, you know, I always reflected back to how God is with us. You know, the way I look at my son, that's how God looks at me. And so I try to be pleasing in His sight, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's funny, I don't have to make no adjustments for God. You know what I'm saying? Like you really don't. You don't have to make no adjustments for God, because He made you how you are. You make your adjustments because of how you want other people to see you. And that's what I, you know, that's how you grow, because God, He will accept you how you are. He's like, how do you want to be? That's how you want to be? Okay, well, this is what we're going to do with yourself. You know what I mean? How you want to be? This how you want to live? Okay, this is the life that this type of person can live. God is going to accept you how you are, how you want to do it. You want to be like this? Okay, this is what this type of person can do. You want to go back to school? This is what this type of person can do. You don't want to go back to school? Okay, well, this is what you can do. He's going to take whatever you give Him and do something with it. You understand? You decide what you want to do. He's going to decide how you go about doing it. Your steps are ordered by the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You decide what you want to do, and He's going to be like, okay, this is how we're going to go about doing it. He's your manager. Think about it like that. And you got to give Him that. I mean, whether you give it to Him or not, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to go. Point blank. You might think you running stuff, but the truth is you're going to decide what you want to do, and He's going to determine how it's going to happen. So determine how you want to represent yourself to the world, and then He's going to help you do that. Represent yourself. It was funny to me, because I was like, you know, when I was wanting to marry the girl I was dating, and, you know, I knew her parents were Christians. I was like, I'm not about, and I was telling her I'm trying to be a singer. I'm not about to be singing Ménage à trois, me, you, and Sensei. I'm not singing that lyric to them. So I changed it. I straight up changed it for that reason. I was like, okay. We do it Capitol, Raleigh's live, babe. I'm coming, baby.